Today we are going to look into the life of the legendary martial artist Bruce Lee and learn his 5 secrets so we too can apply it in our life and become successful. So the 5 secrets are as follows. Number 1 is imagination is power. Number 2 is to do what you want, do not follow others. Number 3 is to stay present. Number 4 is to share your knowledge. Number 5 is to express yourself fearlessly. So the first secret is imagination is power. Bruce Lee has quoted, "As you think, so shall you become." Now, this power of imagination has been used by a lot of successful people, from UFC champion Conor McGregor to comedians and other people alike. And they have always understood that whatever you think, you will become in the end. So how do we apply it in our life? So first is to always stay positive, okay? Always think positive thoughts, always speak positively, and always, stay around positivity. That's the rule number 1. So the rule number 2 is to remove any negative thoughts. Now, what I mean by remove any negative thought is that, human beings normally have a lot of negative thoughts, like, they will think about something and then they'll have a negative thoughts, which will, prevent from being successful. So when a negative thought comes, all you have to do is just stop the negativity and just bring back positive emotions. Instead of negative thoughts, bring back positive emotions. All right, instead of thinking about something you cannot do, think about the opposite, something you can do. Okay, when the mind says I cannot do that, you say no, I can do that. All right, so that is what it means to remove any negative thoughts. And rule number 3 is to imagine your perfect future. Now, imagination works in wonderful ways, but you have to use it. You have to imagine what kind of life you want. What kind of house do you want to live in? What kind of work you want to do? What kind of money you want to earn? Where do you want to live, and all these things. And also remember to use your emotions whenever you're thinking about your future. Just be emotionally charged with emotions. And whenever you think about your future, the emotions will bring you closer towards your desired outcome. Okay, so number 4 is don't hear, watch, and talk about negative things. Now, what I mean by that is, there's a lot of negativity in the news, in the media. So every single time you open a news channel, you'll only find negative news. You'll never find a happy news like, today was a wonderful day. There was no war between any nations, and everyone, ate good food and they slept happily. It was a beautiful day. That never happens. They're always talking about negative things. All right, so that's why, I avoid newspaper and the stuff like that. And number 5 is to always imagine what you want. Okay, always imagine what you want. Do not imagine what you don't want. When you imagine what you want, you can bring yourself closer to what you want. And if you're imagining what you don't want, you will bring yourself closer to what you don't want. So just imagine what you want, the opposite of what you do not want. Okay, so that was the first secret. Now let's look at the second secret, which is to do what you want and do not follow others. Bruce Lee created his own art form by the name of Jeet Kune Do. Now, how did he do this and how we can apply it in our life is very simple. We can learn from others and we can make or add our own twist into what we have learned. For example, Bruce Lee, what he did was he learned from many martial arts like Wing Chun, like boxing, karate, taekwondo, and stuff like that. And then he took the best parts and then he created his own art form, which is known as Jeet Kune Do. Now that is what we can do. Okay, we can also do this in other areas of our life as well, to learn from others and to make it your own. Number 2 is to remove what you do not like and add your own flair. Now what that means is to remove what you don't like. If there is an art form you learn from others and there is something you don't like, okay, like a particular technique you don't like, so you just delete that and you add your own twist in it and it will become your own. All right, number 3, the most important point is to never copy other people. Okay, do not copy other people. Now what this means is, don't copy other people exactly like they are. Okay, don't try to be like someone else. Even if you're copying their art form, you add your own twist in it and add your own self into the art form so that it becomes your own. That's very, very important. All right. And rule number 3 is stay present. Okay, never thinking about yesterday and future. Okay, never think about yesterday and future. Just stay in the present moment. Now, how we can do this is very simple. Okay, there's one technique that Bruce Lee is often has often said, and that is, don't think, feel. Thinking is the root of all illnesses. Thinking is the root of all suffering. You see, our mind is constantly thinking, and it is suffering. It is taking us into this stream of suffering which we can never get out of. Instead of that, we need to just focus ourselves away from our minds, and to free our minds and think about the present moments. Just think about what we can do. Now, how we can stay in the present moments? There's a very simple technique we can use to stay in the present moment, and that is to focus on your breathing. It's very simple. Just focus on your breathing. The breathing in and the breathing out. When you start focusing on your breathing, and when you realize that you're alive and you're breathing, your mind just becomes totally clear, and you stay in the present moment. So that is one technique I can teach you. Now, if you want to learn more about present moment, then you need to learn from masters like Eckhart Tolle and Thich Nhat Hanh. Okay, there are several books and videos out there on the internet. You can search and find out, and you can learn more about present. Okay. Now, Bruce Lee also said about this topic by saying, empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water. Now, you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now, water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. So that's what Bruce Lee said. And the third thing is to practice this technique daily. Remember, present moment awareness, doesn't happen just like that. Okay, you have to practice. You have to train yourself how to stay conscious and present. And the fourth secret is to teach people so that you can learn even more. You see, when you teach other people, you begin to learn more from other people, learn more from your students. And also, when you teach other people, you will become more aware of how your art form is working and how you can actually improve your art form and develop it into more wonderful piece. So this is very important. And Bruce Lee also said, life itself is your teacher, and you're in a state of constant learning. So that is very, very important. Okay, the more students you have, the more you learn. That's one thing. And the last point we have is to express yourself fearlessly as you are and not as others want you to be. Now, what this is nowadays in our society, normally, people will follow what other people are saying, follow what the teachers are saying, follow what their mother and father are saying, and they will go astray in their life. They will do what they don't want. They'll end up doing a job that they hate, and all this bullshit. But the thing is, you see, if you follow this secret from Bruce Lee, we can become successful, and that is, we can follow our heart, do what we want and speak up. If there is something wrong in the world, just speak up. Whatever you feel like, you just say it. Okay, and don't listen to others, because others will try to put you down. They'll criticize you, and they'll say you cannot do this and cannot do that. But you can. Okay, you can do whatever you want. And the last thing is to always remember to follow your heart. And with that, we have learned about Bruce Lee's secret and how to apply in our life. And the next video, we will discuss about the 5 secrets from the successful life of Steve Jobs and how we can apply it in our life. So stay tuned, subscribe to this channel, and wait for the next video. Thank you so much, and goodbye.